Guy tried to stab me with a stapler.
What was it like in Nigeria? Do you have any memories of it, kind of?
Heaps, yeah. Nigeria, I grew up, I was born and raised there in Lagos City. And my family was quite well off. And when I say this, people normally think like, oh, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. I was. But I still had to do chores. This is why sometimes people try and help me iron my clothes. I'm like, no, I got it. Because my dad would be like, Bolaji, come on, iron my shirt. Like, for work, all that kind of stuff. I did the dishes. I swept the compounds, clean up the kennel, the dog kennel. So just because my parents were rich doesn't mean I didn't have to work. I had to earn my keep.
Yeah.
And I learned hard work from them as well. Even moving to New Zealand, when my mom became a nurse, or she was in nursing school, my dad would let her sleep in her cleaning job. Me and him will go to the bank and clean around 4 a.m. This is in Rotorua, the town I was talking about. Around 4 a.m., go and help her clean just so she can get enough sleep to go to school the next day.
Oh, that's nice. Your dad sounds like a thoughtful guy, huh?
Yeah, my dad's the best. My dad is a real G. He's one of the coolest gangsters I know, and I'm not talking street gangster. He's just a mathematical word contract type, like business gangster, And I've said this before. Look, rest in peace to Khabib's dad. He was in his corner and fighting. Michael Jordan has his dad on the court. So is Steph Curry. A lot of other dads as well in football. But my dad helps me off the court. And I've said this again, and I'll say it again and again. The UFC knows what I got paid or what I get paid, but they don't know what I'm worth. And that's thanks to my dad.
Oh, yeah. Because
my dad is a chartered accountant by trade, and he just knew how to flip my money for me. Because every time I came back from China, I think I came back, when I lived there, I came back with 6 figures or 5 figures, high 5 figures.
Wow.
And then he tried to help me invest it. And I was like, I don't want to have a house. He has too much responsibility because I was young and dumb. And I went broke again. So I realized every time I don't listen to this guy, I go broke. I should start listening to him. So as soon as I got in the UFC, I was like, right, what do I do? First thing we did, buy my first house.
Yeah.
And then now it's going crazy. But again, that's thanks to my dad. But who else would you rather have in your corner than has the best interest? If without him, I would have been ripped off so many times, man.
Yeah.
Because people, it's just in their nature. They take advantage. They see like, oh, this guy's not really paying attention. Oh, he just signed that contract. He didn't even shit. So I don't sign shit without my pops looking at it and then giving me the green light. Like, yeah, it's cool. Boom. Because he will send it back with highlighted bits. Amend that. That's what? In perpetuity. No, we can't have that. Amend that. But.
Yeah, it's interesting because sometimes you'll feel like you trust somebody else more than you would trust your own like kin or family,
Been there. Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's
because you grew up with them. We're familiar with them.
Yeah, you want to branch out. You're like, I can do this myself. Yeah, it's probably it.
Nah, silly.
What other what was there traditions that you missed about Nigeria? Because it's to somebody, it sounds fascinating to a lot of people.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of even now Afro beats has taken over the globe with our sound. I think we created Afro beats, and that's mainstream now. Dances that we do, the way that we dress, but again, I love my people. I love my culture. It's just the government. Like the greedy motherfuckers, the old ancient dudes that are still running the country, still finding ways to just rip people off, embezzle money, all that kind of stuff. It happens worldwide, but it happens really bad in Nigeria. And then they're just kind of selling the country to different entities and whatnot. But in time, the young generation, the guys now who have grown up with the internet, they're the ones who are seeing the bullshit and I guess changing it. Yeah.
UFC was saying that they might do their first start a fight center in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Does that feel kind of cool to you? Do you feel any connection to that?
100%. I feel
that's bro, that's crazy.
Humbly, I feel like guys like myself, Kamaru and Francis, even before Sokoju paved the way, for them to do that. And now Dricus du Plessis, he's an African champion. I would never ever take that away from him, even though he tried to do that from us. But so we're paving the way for the next generation. And I know, I've said this, once we grasp this MMA shit, because I've seen the talent out there. Look at me, I'm scrawny. I keep saying I'm the runt of my people. You look at guys like Kamaru and Francis, there's so many of them just walking around, just rocking the streets, bricklaying, mechanics, and you see them, they just brolic as fuck.
Working at a pet shop. Could you
honestly.
fucking selling you a bunny?
You're like, man, you missed out, bro. You should be a fighter. You should. But like, there's so many of them over there, and they don't even have the best nutrition sometimes. They don't have the best of, what we have. So
it's going to change the game.
Bruh. And now that they can see that's happened, now there's 4 African champions that have come from the country or the continent of Africa, sorry. It's crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Because the level of inspiration of like some kid laying, he sees the fight, he gets off of his brother's phone, he's watching or something, and then he lays in his bed and the electricity in his body.
I get the messages all the time.
Fucking like, this could happen to me. Like something could happen to me.
They see that we've done it. So it's like the 4-minute mile. We've unlocked that in their brain. Like, it's possible. Right. Even me, when I told my parents I wanted to fight, they're like, what the no, like,
we just left a country because of a fight.
Yeah. So it's like, why do you want to fight? No. Because it was my parents thought it was beneath me. They wanted me to do something that was more prestigious, like being like my dad is an accountant or a lawyer or doctor, but my grades weren't. They weren't shit.
He had fighter's grades.
He had fighter's grades. Yeah. I was that guy, so I was not cut out for that. Even though I wanted
Poirier, man.
Yeah.
He's like, I got 8th grade. He's like, actually, I did it twice though. So I was like, well, I guess that kind of counts.
I did Form 3 twice. Well, some classes I had to repeat, but again, I wasn't cut out for it. It was my brain was always just wired differently. Whenever I might be dyslexic. I don't know. I've never really looked into diagnosing myself with anything because I felt I don't want it to limit me. So I just, but I know the way I read words sometimes, like it's even when I read a book sometimes I won't get the whole thing, so I have to go back and read. That's why I love audiobooks and podcasts, so I can just listen and do other stuff. But reading is a little bit weird to me. But I lost my train of thought.
We were just talking about the inspiration for the kids. I mean, just like the fact that some kid could
they wanted me to be something prestigious, but nah, I'm a dreamer. I'm a daydreamer. I could sit there and I still do emotes as a 34-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just be in the gym and you see me emoting, but my head is somewhere else.
Oh yeah. Same, man. I think sometimes, I got late to the emote game, I think somehow, and a lot of the fucking shit's still dropping off sometimes,
I'll just make my own ones up, and I'm a creative person, and I feel like it's just how you express yourself. This game of life it's a game of life. It's a dangerous game of life if you make it, but I feel like you can play the game how you want to play the game. This is your avatar. This is your character. You can customize this however you want, regardless of what anyone else thinks. As long as you're not hurting anyone, unless it's signed on the contract. But just doing you, it's the best way.
New Zealand's kind of interesting like that. I think there's a lot of interesting characters here.
Oh yeah, I'll take you down K Road. It's just up the street somewhere.
Oh, is it Ketamine Road?
No. Yes, it could be. It could be
because there's some street over here. We've seen some people. You got a guy just walking up like this. You can't tell if he's on like meth or yoga.
Nah, both. It's crazy on K Road. It's not too bad. Like in the daytime, you get some crazies. Yeah, you get some. I've almost been. What was one? A guy tried to stab me with a stapler. Oh, yeah. This is outside the Sky Tower. This is probably like 6-7 years ago. And he was getting cheeky or something. And he
wanted you to stay here.
Yeah.
Afraid you might leave.
Yeah. Try to stay with me. I was like, the fuck? Like first of all, you're homeless. Where'd you get a stapler from? Like, what's he gonna do? Like, hit me with a stapler? But yeah, people are crazy though.
Yeah,
drugs will make you do weird things.
Yeah, I feel lucky. I mean, I went down that road, but I'm not down it anymore. That's good.